And we're back here once again with another episode of the Iron Man podcast, episode 322, fresh off of Super Bowl Sunday. Kansas City Chiefs ended up taking it all. We had the Deadpool 3 trailer. We had the Monkey trailer. You know, we had plenty of other things to be excited about. And also tonight, we're also simulcasting on Nick's channel. So if you guys subscribe to me, thank you so much. And C.S. Johnson is back.
MSK. He is my favorite. He's my favorite channel in the Citadel.
I think he's lying to me. The only person I
totally
of is my wife. Also,
wait, your body pillow doesn't count as your wife.
How do you know that? And why are you hating? Are you some sort of like bigot or something? Yeah, what do you got a problem getting against pillow wives? But a pillow wives matter.
The more concerning question is why.
Where the hell did this go?
Literal woman. His body pillow suffers for.
Oh gosh, but yeah, C.S. Johnson is back. Hi
everyone.
She was sick, busy, and then recovering now. So, yeah. But she's still.
All you had to do, Johnson, is catch the damn train.
What is it?
Sorry. Your name is literally C.S. Johnson and it's CJ. So I was making a GTA San Andreas joke.
All right.
Oh,
and Hero Darkman. Hero Darkman's back. So Iron and Selena should be joining in a little bit. And yeah, we're gonna have cool, awesome Monday show. Not Nick. Oh my god, that's Nick. Strider's not gonna be here this week because he's out of town doing something with some.
I actually was gonna ask you if you scared off everybody while I was around. I was missing. I wasn't around, so I couldn't.
He was being a long strider.
Oh my god, I have not done anything but be awesome, sexy, and cute. Actually,
you scare me, bro. You scare me, brother. If I was not a badass, I would not be on the stream.
Well, let's wait to see what he thinks of my writing. Because if I call him delusional now, I might get a bad review.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna do a show called Trash Johnson Cast, and I'm gonna just trash your book for 8 hours straight. That's what we're doing around here.
That's mean.
I honestly would take it as an honor because you're not supposed to like make it in town until you have at least a hater or two. So
that's true.
That is true.
Yes.
Please give me a code.
I will take it. I will get you a birthday cake.
Can you explain to me why you shipped a comic book in construction paper?
No. Oh.
What do you mean no? What? Okay. Because guys, if you guys see my mail day video, I opened up her thing. I thought it was gonna be in just.
You opened up her thing.
Well, that's just how that goes. I opened up her book, and I slid my fingers between. Obviously, you know.
You had to make it creepy.
So I opened up. So I opened up her comic book, and that book was covered in construction paper. Now, nothing bad in this book.
Okay, I remember the situation now. So I went and I was trying to buy those unbendable
boards that they use,
that you can ship it in, and they were out. So I was like, I have literally 5 minutes to get this in before I need to be over here at X, Y, and Z doing this other stuff with stuff. So I was like, I'm just gonna get some cardboard and hope it works.
So you took my hard-earned money and put it in the hands of construction paper that you would buy at a Walmart. Actually,
I bought it at Publix. Thank you very much.
How dare you?
Dang, see, this is why I'm gonna buy comics from the white man, Nick. He shipped my stuff in bags and boards. You know, here's the thing: he takes care of the black man. I thought the white woman was supposed to take care of the black man.
Speaking of which, do you have?
No, the white woman is nature's most notorious grifter. So,
by the power of white girls, she is offended.
That is true. That's true. And now we're all hateful, toxic bigots that need to be thrown off the planet into the abyss.
I mean, I don't know about you, MSK, but I'm good.
Well, hey, I went to church yesterday, so I'm also good. I'm fine.
So that's why I was wondering why I smell some sulfur.
The church was holding the church was hosting the Super Bowl, so I went and then I did a podcast with my friend, and I was like, you know what, this podcast fucking sucks. I completely turbo sprinted that fucking show, so I just deleted it, and I just did a league show after that. And then I was like, you know what? I'll just make it up, today with this one, starting fresh on Monday. You know, people are like, it's crazy because every time we have a Super Bowl, people always say the same shit, rigged and all sort of blah, blah, blah Super Bowl memes. These things die out in like less than a week for the most part. I just want a day where people just sit down, watch a game, and just enjoy the game. That's all I want.
I mean, as a Michigan sports fan, I'm used to people blaming the refs for my team's poor performance. So like it didn't even faze me because that's all like there's two constants with Michigan sports fans. We're used to losing and we always blame it on bad calls. It is never our crappy team's fault. It is always a bad call. The ref screwed us over is the song of being a Detroit sports fan.
Because I was like, did you guys watch the game yesterday or you just caught the highlights or anything?
No, I was editing. I was working.
Yeah, it's crazy how people said this was rigged when the fucking Niners quarterback quite literally could have won the game, but he messed up at the very last minute, and people were like, "It's rigged." Quite literally could have just won the game for them. That's anything but rigged. That's literally anything but rigged. Rigged is like maybe he throws the fucking ball and the guy accidentally is somewhat out of bounds in the touchdown zone. And then they're like, you know what? This is not, we can't rule this. It's like, come on, that's literally what
I just don't care.
Not
I
rigged.
honestly, there is the only thing I care.
He thought
damn, what happened to him?
I'm just kidding. I was really like that.
Brutal. That was brutal, brother.
Hey, you know what's also brutal? Me clapping my wife's. No, I'm a changed man now. I've changed.
This is a Christian Minecraft server.
Yeah,
it's true. It's true. It's also interesting that we had, in the title of my trailer reaction, I put the MCU is back. People were gonna be like, oh my god, you said the MCU was back, even though you've been talking shit about it for the longest time. I was like, people, that's what YouTube is. You attract people to watch your stuff. If I put in a title that is like, oh my god, the MCU is back, my god, it's almost like people would watch. But
don't hate the player, hate the game. But can I just say for a second?
Yeah,
I've been saying this for like forever. People are like, oh, there's superhero fatigue. There's superhero fatigue. No, there is no superhero fatigue. It's just bad movie fatigue. Because like every time a good movie comes out, all of a sudden it makes bank. People are excited. Like you saw the reaction when they announced the movie. You saw the reaction when we saw him in the suit. There was genuine enthusiasm. And you saw the reaction when the trailer dropped. That trailer got 2 million views in like 3 hours.
Yeah, it had 1 million views, 1.1 million views in like 5 minutes. It's crazy to think about.
Mm-hmm. See, and I'm telling you, superhero fatigue is not real. It can't it's not real. It can't hurt you. And I keep saying this.
I think there is
list.
Superhero fatigue. I just don't think it's not on the level that people make it out to be. If you put out enough,
I disagree, but we can agree to disagree on this point.
No, I'm saying like enough bad superhero movies would eventually cause people to be fatigued of it. They'll be like, well, this is just crash now. Because after Deadpool comes out this year, we're gonna be right back to talking about the same thing because that's only just this year. The next movies they have are like what? Captain America 4?
Captain America 4 is gonna crash and burn.
Thunderbolt. I'm just saying.
Oh, hey, there he is.
And Iron is here. What's up, man? How you doing? You were rapping muted.
You're muted.
There we go. No, I was having some tech issues.
He totally wasn't trying to censor you.
A black man censoring the white man. That's how the tables have turned.
I was literally about to say that.
Action does tend to move in cycles.
Oh my god. Okay, so no, I'm saying like I don't think necessarily the argument is not there, but I think I could understand where people are saying because we've gotten bad super movies for quite some time at this point. Like a lot.
My thesis is it's more of a fatigue of movies itself. Like I get what you're saying about like enough bad movies will cause fatigue, but I think it's more of bad movie fatigue because I feel like the love for superhero movies is there, and to me,
no, I don't agree with that.
It was clearly proven last night with Deadpool. Like people want good superhero movies, and then when instantly we got one, the enthusiasm was right back there.
Yeah, because
I will agree that like enough bad movies.
What I wanted to ask you this on your point, which is because when you said superhero fatigue, do you think a lot of people are just only consuming movies, not just superhero movies though? or do you think that's just a superhero movie thing?
I think there's a bad movie fatigue. That's what
bad
I'm
movies
thinking.
in general.
Because look at
Yeah.
the Barbenheimer phenomenon kind of proves that.
Yeah.
And it's also it's a mixture of things.
Yeah.
We have the death of the mid-tier movie. Because remember, like all the mid-budget movies you got in like the 90,000s. Those are Netflix TV shows or movies at best.
So Netflix and chill movies I do with my wife.
Also, like the rise of the home theater. So like you're not gonna, like, for example, What's Eating Gilbert Grape or Good Will Hunting. Like you're not gonna go to the theater to see Good Will Hunting. Like if Good Will Hunting came out now, it would be a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
You know, or trying to think of like a mid-budget movie from the 2000s.
There's a lot, like Home Alone, probably.
Yeah, there'd be a lot like of
Home
like,
Alone
movies.
You know, perfect.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Yeah,
Mona
like-
Lisa Smile.
It's just my thing here is like I think the companies have put out enough bad movies in a row to the point where people are just like they don't care enough anymore. It's at a point now where like the MCU is having their lowest grossing movie ever. That's how.
Well, it's
bad
also the
it's
thing
been.
is we haven't been trained to go back to the theaters yet because COVID happened and we got out of the habit of going to movie theaters. And ever since COVID ended, there hasn't been the reason to go back to movie theaters until Barbenheimer. And then you had Barbenheimer, and then you had the Eras tours come back to the theater. Like people keep understanding. Like Taylor Swift literally
saved the movie industry.
I mean, yes and no, but she did change movies because before, when you had a movie, you had to go through a distributor, a studio. Taylor Swift, her organization, literally made a deal directly with the theaters, bypassing distributors, and because of that. We're gonna see. I think we're gonna see more of that in the future.
Well, I mean, Beyonce's
love
already done
movies.
that. She's already signed up her tour for it too.
Oh Lord.
I mean, because like these movie theaters want to show stuff because they want people to come in.
Oh
so,
yeah,
like,
sure, yeah.
And I think more independent studios, like I could see A24 making a deal directly with in a lot of these, like not like the big studios, but like some of like the mid-budget and lower ones, making a deal directly with the theater chains. I think we're going to see more of that going forward. And
because you know how like at the end of the year we'll usually get like the movie theater box office total number in general. Last year, a lot of people were just really disingenuous with theirs. They were like, "Well, the movie industry did better than ever," and it's like only 5 movies really did well. And if we're talking about profit, like some of those didn't even make profit. Yeah, they made money. A service level, yes, they made money, but they didn't actually bring in any extra money for the studio to be like, "Hey, I want this to return." Like,
in my opinion,
that made $1 billion last year was what Mario, Barbie, and almost Oppenheimer.
There were sparks of hope last year. I think there were sparks of hope. There was reason to believe, there were sparks of hope. I think that is a fair thing to say. To say that 2023 is a good year is disingenuous. To say
there was
that
a lot of flops,
To say that it was a sign of hopefully good things to come.
The theaters are back. The theaters are back. It's like, how many movies went over $500 million? 5. Okay.
My thing is theaters have a chance now. Like theaters are not down and out. Like they're not down for the count now because they have proven that there is a way forward. There is a way for theaters to still exist in our modern era. And I think 2023 kind of shown that there is a way. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and now with things, physical media kind of somewhat, these studios are trying to phase out physical media. Like how hype were people when they announced they're going to bring Phantom Menace Episode 1 for Star Wars back for like a 2-day, a weekend or so,
I mean, movie theaters have been like, you look at your local movie theater chains, they're constantly showing old movies, on the Wednesdays, I could go see Batman '89 at my local movie theater right now or something. Right. Also, drive-ins. Yeah. There are drive-ins. Yeah. Like people fell back in love with drive-ins through COVID, and there are still drive-ins that are stuck around. Like there's one about 40 minutes from my house that opened up during COVID that's still around because people found out, hey, drive-ins are actually pretty fun, and so they're starting to come back.
Because I think another big problem is because people will bring up superhero fatigue, but they never preference it. It's like, well, which is the bigger offender of it, like DC or Marvel, because those are the big two putting out super movies. And I think more people are talking about Marvel because people really are indifferent when it comes to DC.
We're used to DC doing bad. We're used to DC has honestly outside of like Aquaman and Joker, most DC films have like some of them have done okay.
So yeah,
but like the only outright successes have been Aquaman and Joker. Those are the only ones that make $1 billion.
Because like people don't want to step on the toes of Disney, so well, that's what I think. They'll mostly be talking about DC only to not talk about the MCU. But now we're noticing that they will talk about how bad it's gotten, because like the MCU, they tank themselves. Bad TV shows, bad movies consistently. It's like that would directly contribute to super fatigue. You know, like shows they put on 2021, WandaVision,
like Marvel's outright flopping. Like the Marvel's outright flopping.
Ant-Man 3 did. Remember? They tried to cover that up. Ant-Man 3 straight up is flopped out its ass, actually.
See, and the thing is, a lot of the other films for Phase 5 flopped too, but they have the COVID excuse. Like, oh, it came out during COVID. It came out during the tail end of COVID.
The Thor Love and Thunder one is so egregious. They're like, oh, it made $750. No, that's its break-even price, you fucking illiterate. Because The Flash, $220 million, same budget as Thor Love and Thunder. The Flash had to make $750 to $720 in that range to break even.
And I'm sorry,
Thor Love and Thunder with the same budget make that and make money? That doesn't even.
Well, here's my other question. Here's my other question. Why does a film like Rebel Moon, which was made for like $120 million for like 2 films, why does Rebel Moon, a Netflix film, look better than The Flash?
All right.
Like, say what you will about Rebel Moon. Like, you want to say the movie's crap, that's fine. But objectively,
I'm not seeing it, I can't.
The CG of Rebel Moon blows The Flash out of the water. That is
it does 100%.
CJ, do you want to say something?
No.
I'll
say this. Like, I don't agree with superhero fatigue because.
Wait, but you don't agree with me and everything I say 100%? You must be some alt-right Nazi phobic.
Hey, well, okay.
He kicked himself.
Oh, so. We got her.
Okay. I don't have my MAGA hat on tonight. So.
Oh, God.
You don't have to run away scared, little black boy. So.
What did I do? Oh, whoa.
Wow.
God. Do you have a whip in your house and a fucking straw hat you wear when you whip the black man?
Don't kink shame her.
Oh, God. Good Lord.
I was gonna say I don't think superhero fatigue is real because most people, especially men, in superhero movies are made more for men. They have a tendency to desire power, and that's exactly kind of like the core issue at the heart of most superhero films. Is like, I have this power, or I need this power, or I got this power, and how am I going to use it? And
well, here's how I like to put it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay. I mean, like, you can disagree with me later.
No. I'm agreeing with you. This is how I like to put it. Women want to be princesses. Men want to be kings. If you think about it, like, there's all the fast, like, women always talk about, I'm a princess, and men, I'm a king. Like look at like just how they talk about, like, when they're talking about being queens. I mean, they kind of do, but it's all about the princesses, because a princess is the one who has all the privilege, all the power, with none of the responsibilities. A king has all the privilege, all the youth, but they're going to be young, hot kings if Netflix shows of any indication. But have all the power, all the privilege, and all the responsibility, and men fantasize about that, riding it like the rider of the Rohirrim, like that's
yeah. Today's not the
she'll be shattered.
Girls want to be saved. Girls want to be saved by a hunk of a man like myself. That's what they really want.
Keep your shirt on, brother. Keep your shirt on.
Have you ever ridden on a horse?
I'm not going down this road.
Have you? I was about to say something, but that was
She's trying to get me canceled by the white women. Oh my goodness. So
if anybody's gonna cancel you, it's gonna be a white woman.
I will say,
I mean, like, I have actually I've been dragged down the romance aisle. I've actually seen romance novels where like a really hot black guy's riding a horse, and it does look kind of good, I'll say.
You're saying there's not typical black guys on covers that aren't eating chicken and watermelon and swiping an EBT card?
You said it, not me.
You told me the reason why Black Panther.
What bookstores do you go to, MSK? I'm curious.
Yeah, asking for a friend. Someone said the reason why Black Panther was successful the first one was because that was the only movie that Black people could afford. Holy shit!
Oh my.
I mean,
That is evil.
But just going back to the superhero fatigue thing, I think it's a crock of shit.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. It's
just,
bad. It's bad
yeah.
movie fatigue.
I will
It
say,
is bad
if you
superhero.
watch
Thank you.
enough bad super movies in a row, you will not be interested in watching them. Like,
I
I'm
just
just
feel
saying.
like the media is using like superhero fatigue as an excuse, like, oh, it's not my fault my movie tanked, it's because of superhero
Right.
fatigue.
Well, we've
I'm
also
innocent.
heard.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Wait. We've also heard Star Wars fatigue. But I mean,
The
what
fatigue
other
of everything.
Can we name other movies that have completely bombed over the last 4 years that were not Star Wars or superheroes?
I can name
So there's no
plenty.
fatigue. Exactly. Most
Yeah.
of them.
I mean, look at, like, you want to talk about like movie fatigue. Look at the Dune movies. The Dune movies did well,
Mhm.
and that's a franchise that like no one has heard of outside of like maybe they talk about the David Fincher
There was,
films in the 80s.
Because I think this is a big thing no one brings up in our conversations is for superhero movies in general. Give or take what year DC normally outside of just last year only really put out like one every other so year because it's mostly Marvel they're talking about, but they don't want to say it because connections, they don't lose their access.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. I
Oh,
bet
the average superhero movie coming out is like what 2 or 3. So just by that alone, there's like 100 some odd films released a year, maybe more. So superhero movies don't even dominate the genres coming out. There's plenty of movies that come out that don't do very well. Like what was the one with Christian Bale and Margot Robbie and Chris Rock from 2021 that completely failed outright? I forgot what it was called. Jeez, but you guys remember that one? Bomb, right?
Wait,
A lot of
Wait,
movies
was
have
there a movie?
who all was in
Fuck.
it?
It was Christian Bale,
Margot
Margot
Robbie.
Robbie, and it was a black guy in it too.
Fuck.
Fuck,
I know what
I
you're
forgot the
talking
name.
about.
But I remember it bombed outright, straight up crapped out.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that movie wasn't terrible, but then Babylon bombed.
Babylon did bad.
Well,
Yeah.
here's my thing, like the Marvel versus DC thing. I do believe the media is harsher on DC films. I believe that they're more critical of them, while in the past they have tended to kind of give MCU films a pass. Like, please try and tell me that Batman v Superman is worse than Captain Marvel. Please try and make that argument, please.
That's actually
better
impossible.
I'm
It's
not watching
better
either.
than that, yeah.
Because I like to keep my sanity.
No, but like Captain Marvel has this like really.
Captain Marvel is a strong white woman, and she don't need a man. Automatically better,
She's got a cat. She doesn't need a man.
right? She has a cat too. Yikes! I hope she didn't have a dick. I mean, what?
No, I will say, like, I don't believe the superhero fatigue is.
She doesn't agree with me. Like, what the heck? How do I get a woman to submit?
Did you just
Hello?
silence a woman? You just silenced a woman. How dare you?
How do I get her to understand where a black man coming from? Do I gotta be making the watermelon in front of her? Like, does it gotta be that bad?
Show
watermelon's out of season.
Show
so
her
it
your
would be bad.
15-foot long MSK.
I'm not trying to get shot by her husband, so no. Like, hello? He might be a white redneck with a cowboy hat. He might have a shotgun. I'm like, that's how you get beat up.
Or worse, a cop.
He could be a cop. That's even worse. No,
Okay,
like
so I just pulled up
we're
just
maybe
off
why I
the
don't talk
top
about
of my
it.
head,
But
just the movies that came out from last year. Of course, you've got all of the superhero movies, but then Wish, it's
Flop.
just a Disney movie, complete flop.
Yep.
You've got D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. It could have been
Reception
good,
was
but
fine.
again, they
Yeah.
open their mouth because it's not about superhero fatigue or this fatigue or that, or even it's about loss of trust in what's going to be coming
Indiana
out.
I will say, as far as D&D,
Yeah, Indiana
I actually
Jones
did enjoy
on
that
the
movie.
list.
I actually did
Indiana
enjoy it.
Jones 5
Most
came
people
out last
did that
year.
I've talked to.
So was it Indiana Jones fatigue?
Yeah.
all right.
I personally think
Yeah, the
lot
last
of these
Indiana
shows-
Jones movie didn't come out
a lot of
like
these
50
shows-
years ago.
they start
Mhm.
opening their mouths right before and start saying this crap to try and get the outrage, and then when you actually watch it, it's like, wait, what? Like for example, I feel like Avatar's kind of doing this now. Like they're doing this stuff where they say certain things so they want people to like discuss it, get outrage marketing, if you will. Because like,
Yeah.
and this might be me coping. Like I might be hopping the
You might be
copium really
coping and
bad
seething.
when it comes to like the Avatar show, because like they've been saying some really stupid stuff.
Mhm.
But I just want to feel like they're just saying this for outrage marketing. But then again, it's also dampened my enthusiasm. So who knows?
Yeah, if you look at all those Disney animated movies, most of them flop. And if anyone says Elemental made profit, I'm never taking anything you say seriously because you are retarded. You do not know math. Go back to school, please.
It didn't make a lot of profit, but overseas it did very well, I hear. So.
Good.
Oh,
my God.
did you hear
run
like Moana? Did you hear what about Moana 2? It's being made in Canada.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Well, like,
send it back.
I will say, like, the thing is,
Refund.
like, this is what I think. Okay, just let me get the whole thing out. I'm sorry, I take my time with these things. I don't think superhero fatigue is real, but I think our generation, we kind of grew up with superhero movies, like people from the 80s and onward, and we're getting older and we're starting to realize, oh, it's just another superhero movie and it's not going to change my life because the last one didn't change my life. And there are very few of them that we genuinely get excited about because they're almost like book adaptations now too, where they don't follow the book, they don't have input from the creator or the author or the fan base, and it's just, oh, this is a vehicle for me to get my foot in the door, and here's how I'm going to change it to make.
I'm going to be honest with you. The last superhero movie that I was genuinely excited for was a Batman.
I remember looking at the poster for Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and thinking, why are they making another one? So
here's another thing: video game adaptations are finally catching steam. Like, look at the hype that Sonic 3's announcement brought. Because the Sonic franchise is one that's proven. Like, Sonic 1 was good, Sonic 2 was good as well, and like. The fact that Jim Carrey's coming back, so like that franchise has earned our trust. Super Mario was good. It had some problems, but overall, it was rock solid. Detective Pikachu.
That's why I brought up superhero fatigue earlier, because it's not that it could be just fatigue as bad movies. When you get something more consistently than it being like a one-time thing or twice a thing, you aren't going to value it the same, though. Like, what's the point of watching an MCU movie, 4 of them in a year, when they got you accustomed to 2 a year? Because the reason why the 2 a year works more effectively is because you get it once in a while. You don't get it all the time. So when it comes out, you treat it more of a special thing. I think that's a big problem that contributed to super fatigue. Actually, constant movies coming out.
Back in the 2010s.
Yeah. You forgot. Now you get 4 movies, but you have to watch 3 full
and that's
TV
the rub.
series.
Every episode
to understand what's going on.
Yeah, and that's what would cause fatigue. It's because you don't treat it the same. You don't treat it like a special event. Why would I treat Shang-Chi special? Is there a reason to?
In the 2010s, here's the thing. In the 2010s, we got like 3 to 4 Marvel movies a year, but each one led into the next. You saw a movie, you saw the post-credit scene, then you got excited for the next one. We had that going on for 10 years. We had that whole streak, and the thing is, the movies had momentum. They were clearly going somewhere. You know,
they had a roadmap too.
They had a roadmap. Whereas Phase 5, they say they're trying to go to Secret Wars, but there's no momentum. There's no momentum between films. Like each film.
It'd help if the writers actually knew what Secret Wars fucking was.
Yeah,
they see Secret Wars, like, oh, multiverse. And now they lost Kang. They literally lost Kang. So like they had to throw literally half of that off the whole thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think losing Kang was probably a good thing for them because they had already
always get rid of the black man. I agree. Get rid of the black man always. Yep, I agree.
I think that's really screwed up Marvel. Not the black man thing, but they start winning these being mid.
I love how you had to like do the little asterisk.
Because like the MCU is structured to like, okay, each movie can't connect to each other, so it's kind of like making a building where every piece matters. So when the pieces start being crap, everything else starts falling after. Because why will you continue to follow a story if the last 2 parts of it suck?
Yeah, well, when you're talking about more of a story structure, I'm talking from like a whole a point where getting too much of something that they've accustomed you to getting like a special event will have an impact on how you think about it, because you won't be enthusiastic for it, because you know it's right there. And also, to bring it to your point, one of you guys were talking about it before. Streaming, right? Streaming added that element potentially to a fatigue of movies, where why would you go to a theater when in reality you know that shit's gonna be there in like less than 2 months? You know it's going to be there.
Mhm.
It's only just a matter of time if you wait. Or like, so movies have to basically drive your enthusiasm, be special events for you to go to the theater to give your money to be in the know of in that moment. Because you know, if you wait a couple of months, if that movie bombs out, remember these movies have to perform in like 2 to 3 weeks. Otherwise, they take them off.
Literally first week. Literally,
yeah,
first week. If the first week is not if they're not in like the top 3 or really top 2, then they're done.
Like you said earlier, the last movie you said you were genuinely like, I gotta see this day one was the Batman. Mine was that one and
superhero movies.
And yeah, mine was that one and No Way Home. Like really think to yourself, even outside, you can use superhero movies too. Which movie have you genuinely been like, I need to watch this opening night? No,
Dune 2 is literally the only. Dune 2 and Deadpool 3 are literally the only movies I'm excited for this year. Like, Sonic 3. I will probably go see. Well, Sonic 3 is that coming out this year?
Yeah, December.
Okay, then add Sonic 3.
Yeah, right at the end of the year.
Back to 2020 or 2025, I thought.
No, Sonic 3 comes out this year. Yeah, 2024.
I will be
Maybe
seeing Dune 2 when it comes out, like March 1st. That
right.
Because I love the first film, and like I will pay the extra money to see it in IMAX because it's worth the $20 to see that movie in IMAX, in my opinion.
I agree.
And yeah, but I'll see Deadpool and Wolverine. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no! Finish your thought. I'm sorry.
But yeah, that's it. Like the Knuckles series on Paramount Plus. Okay, I'm excited about that. Like I'll probably watch that because that looks really good.
The part where he got dragged on a truck, and he's asking for nothing.
Yeah, I never go to opening night stuff anymore because I have children, and if I go to Sonic, yeah, I know. I'm so lame. I don't know how I.
Mom, oh my god, married, children, house. I thought you.
How dare you be in a healthy relationship?
I literally don't know how I ended up on this stream some days.
Like, oh my god.
But no, I have to wait. I have to wait till like the people that I know that will go see them review them, so I can gauge whether or not they're appropriate.
You brought up Sonic earlier. The Sonic, if you can think of everything since these movies have existed, not from the trailer controversy, the Sonic cast, the people involved, they've not been saying shit like we're gonna race swap Sonic, we're gonna gender swap Sonic. They've literally just been like, hey,
like if you've noticed, when you have a movie that is good and the filmmakers know it's good, like look at Oppenheimer, like look at even Barbie, which is a feminist movie. Even they didn't have to do the race bait. Even they didn't have to.
You don't have James Marsden.
That is explicitly a feminist movie.
You don't have James Marsden going out there going, Sonic lives are human lives.
Right.
Yeah.
Hedgehog lives matter.
The cheese.
Or look at Dune. You know, they don't have to say any of this crap.
Yeah. Because like you said before, half that I think is rage baiting. If you watch Lightyear, if you discount the lesbian kiss, which is literally not even half a second, the movie's fine. You know they were saying that. Yeah. You know they were saying half that shit for bullshit. None of that mattered in Lightyear.
It's like there's 5 seconds of cringe in that movie. The white privilege, the white privilege line is objectively cringe. But that is 5 seconds of a nearly 3-hour movie.
Right?
I can handle 5 seconds of cringe.
Yeah. Nope.
I hated that movie.
Take it out.
Take it out. Oh my god.
I stand on business.
I mean, there's always fan cuts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's. I'm trying
Batman Privilege Edition.
To not to waste their time on stuff that they're not going to enjoy. So,
yeah.
I mean, like they're children; they'll enjoy glitter if you throw enough of it, you know. So I understand.
Your husband. Well, because you say you're married, so like I'll say maybe there's a night you guys get a babysitter, maybe your sister babysits. Is there a movie you'd guys be like, hey, I'll get a babysitter a night so we can go watch this? Has there been any movie like that for you?
So yeah, there's a couple, but I mean, like, we have fun with it because we always give a rating for stuff. We did take them to see Nightmare Before Christmas when it came back into theaters.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
So, and when we introduced the children to, this is how you rate stuff.
What's this? Da, 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 da. What's this?
Right, exactly.
And you better take your kids to watch Despicable Me 4 because it's Minion supremacy, and I will let Minions rule this planet. Actually,
I've never even sat through an entire Minions movie, so I'm more familiar with memes.
I was half expecting MSK to boot her from the stream again.
She's so lucky she's
white.
If she was black, all bets are off, honestly.
That's some privilege.
Oh, let's be honest. If she was a black woman, you wouldn't have had her on here to begin with.
So,
That's true. See, that's the real racism coming out. That's how it works.
Gotta power up my white privilege. Excuse me.
No, but have you noticed? I have not heard that. Who's the bitch that James Marsden dates in the movies? I don't even know her name. She's black. She's irrelevant. She don't go out saying man, we should probably gender swap Amy.
Are you talking about his wife in Sonic?
In the movie, yeah.
And that's the other thing.
She's fine. They got good chemistry together. That's all they need.
Yeah, there's a biracial, literally any other studio would be like, hey, look, we got a biracial relationship.
They would put that in all of the marketing, and they would say, we're doing this to get back at so-and-so people that don't like this because we still think it's 1934 and shit like that fucking matters.
Sonic does the progressive stuff the way I keep asking them to do it. Put it in there. Just treat it
act like
normal.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, they don't put any special attention on it. They're just a married couple. The fact that
but also you got to admit, in the Sonic movies, there's zero messaging in there. It is literally.
That's why people resonate.
That's nice. It's.
I mean, I do enjoy actually how healthy the relationship is between
the family dynamic. Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite scene in Sonic 1 is when she's talking hey, you notice how I'm not freaking out right now? She's obviously freaking out on the inside, but she's she tried to call attention to the fact, that's what normal people would do. I really appreciated they acted like healthy human beings.
There's also wholesome relationship values to go through the movies too, and these are movies you can take your kids to because you're they ain't about to be saying some bullshit hey Sonic, would you be cool if you were a fucking chick? Is Knuckles being no? You don't have to worry about that with those movies. It's not gonna happen. So the first one's theme is he's adopted, he's got to get adjusted, fish out of water. Second one, he's learning how to be a better hero. That's good messaging in there.
Yeah.
Well, actually, here's how I could say it.
Well, in the end, with the strong family aspect, it was great.
Here's the thing. Yeah. The first one is he's a foster child.
Yeah,
That's how I would put it.
Yeah.
Is basically him accepting being fostered. The second one is when he actually gets adopted in the family. That's because the second one he wants to actually be accepted as their child. But the first one I feel it's more of a foster situation.
But they also adopted a black kid, which is Knuckles, and the little and Tails.
Well, Idris Elba could read the phone book, and I would show up to that movie for what it's worth.
You know what's crazy, man? I actually was surprised. A lot of people forgot about that Knuckles series. That Knuckles series was announced when Sonic 2 dropped. Yeah. I was
not everybody has.
I'm just used to 15 different series getting announced, and then they just disappear.
They just like my dad.
I'm honestly surprised the Penguin series is still coming out.
I think most people just waiting out to see if Knuckles' representation in the movie was good before they start.
Representation in Knuckles? Oh God!
Yeah, hey, Knuckles.
Wait, remember those memes? Show me the way.
Oh, they even referenced it in the movie. Robotnik said, "I will show you the way." They knew what they were doing.
Okay, so this is my problem coming up with what the third one is. So adopted into the family, he has to learn about sex. Amy's gonna try to want to kiss him. He's gonna ask James Barnes, "Hey, Kai Lord, where the fuck his name is? Hey, how do you kiss your wife?"
You know that they've casted. There's 2 casting announcements. They've casted 2 different women. So we could potentially get both Amy Rose and
we're gonna have
Rogue the Bat.
Rouge have big old boobies. Oh my God, her tits are
bat boobies.
Great, bat boobies. I love them. Hayden Christensen better not be voicing Shadow. Please no. Oh my.
No,
God.
I wanted to. You underestimate my ultimate power.
I will quite literally get a Q-tip and shove it into my ears so it bleeds.
I like the Keanu Reeves rumor. I kind of hope that's who they go with.
What other one would it be?
What's funny is they referenced Keanu Reeves in the first movie.
Oh shit!
Christian Slater.
Well, hold on. Who's seen the second? Because Iron hasn't seen the second one, but this is not gonna be a spoiler anyway.
I told you I just watched it tonight. You autistic.
There's a part in the movie. Remember before he went super sonic? He was like, got him! I finally got him! He just shot out all super power. Oh my God! Oh no, because I want to review both movies and the Knuckles series before the newest one comes out because I'll say You know how you said we talked about genuine enthusiasm like 5 minutes ago? When that shadow end credit scene happened, the whole theater I was in just lit up. They were like, "Oh my god, we're finally gonna get the black guy." See, the black guy is gonna save the theaters now. That's how it works.
If Shadow does not use a gun in the movie, I will riot. I'm sorry, but like the meme of Shadow using a gun in Shadow the Hedgehog is so strong. Like and plus these films have been really good about referencing even the smallest of memes with Sonic. I feel like they're gonna at least have him like hold a gun at least for one scene.
I want the part where they're like, wait a minute, this one's black. I just want it, just one scene, please. Just reference he's black, and I'll be good actually. Because the way they you know how you saw Sonic
and part of your reparations.
What do you know about reparations, ma'am? Do you think the black people should deserve them? Do you think those apes should get the reparations?
I said that if Disney Plus wants to advocate for them, they should give all black people free Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Probably the money now.
Also, what they need is at the end credits is basically like they come home and it says "Gone Fishing," and then you see a picture of a purple cat and a frog.
So Valentine's Day is coming up, and I know there's single guys out there, but I will give single guys advice in a moment. But I will say this: if there's a weird girl,
not advice.
If there's a weird girl you know with a high sex drive, hey, if she's horny enough, get bounced on by her.
I'm sorry, but I'm currently dating her. You can't have her.
Okay.
Well, MSK is married anyway, so he shouldn't be dating anybody but his wife.
His body pillow doesn't count.
Look, we're gonna get the hot.
Your t-shirt does not count.
Let's get the hot takes about Valentine's Day. First of all, Valentine's Day is literally useless holiday. Straight up overrated. It's garbage. The second thing, how about this, people? The reason why girls don't date you is because you're a fucking loser. Let's just not do that. Oh, you're not. No, you're a loser. Let's just say that you're a fucking loser. You're weird.
So you want to know how you can get girls?
This, friends, is what's called projection.
So girls don't talk to you because you're a loser. All right. So you're a loser. You acknowledge it. So what do? Well, you make girls laugh. Girls like to laugh, just like you do.
That is fair. Humor is his special.
And you need a job. So if you like a girl, but you're weird, you make her laugh, and she's like, okay, I'll go on a date with you. You finally got her to go on a date with you. Reason why you need a job, because she gets hungry. And she's going to ask, hey, can you give me some food? Now, if you don't have a job, I don't know how you're going to make her eat. Maybe she eats your cock, but that's later on, right? So that's the point of what I'm trying to say is if you can't take care of yourself and you have a job, well, why would she be interested in you? You're a loser. No, girls will never say this because it's like unspoken rule shit. Make them laugh and get a job. That's it.
I mean, you're okay. All joking aside, you're pretty much on the money.
Sparky, what's up, brother? I'll love to have you on the show, man. Hi, dude. But like, it's just those two things: make girls laugh. Also, I guess the third thing is don't stink. Yeah. Actually, take a shower, please.
Wash your ass,
please.
Okay, this year I took my son out so his school has like these little discount cards that he has to sell, and I told him specifically. I said, look, mommy's going to take you around the neighborhood, and you're going to sell these things. And you're going to get used to people saying no, because when you ask women out, that's exactly the same response. I'm going to get you used to rejection so you can get over it and you can find somebody that will, agree to get along with you. I said, I can, not doing myself any favors here. This is all for you. I'm actually quite terrified to find out what my daughter-in-law will be like.
Because how there are some guys out there that are weird, but they can get a girl to legit go out with them on a date, and it's like, okay, I mean, now you have to seal the deal. Now you have to make sure.
It's like every time you see like this ugly fat guy with like this hot as hell chick, and it's usually he's funny as hell. He's got a great personality, and he probably has some money to support the girl.
Yeah.
Because women like hot guys much, but like women like. Okay, I don't want to speak for the woman here, but
I will. I'll speak for her.
Women like to feel secure, and women like a good sense of humor.
That's why I brought up a job. Women like a sense of security. Like, hey, not even if you could like take her. Some people don't have cars. Taking the bus is fine, whatever. If you have money to get her something and support her, that women find attractiveness in security and comfort.
You don't even have to have money to like make her feel like you can help her with stuff.
I guess you can starve by that then. If he can eat out of trash cans.
Effort counts for a lot. Would you say, CJ?
Yeah, my husband and I have been together for 17 years now. I'm young. I married young.
Oh God, we're in that MILF territory now.
Yeah. I already get those comments. My waiter hit on me yesterday. You know what? And he was a black guy, so he's probably one of your friends.
Wait, you think all black guys know each other?
I think all black guys are me. If I set a standard for black guys for you, I'm doing bad.
It's a pretty low standard then.
It's bad.
No, the way that we first got along is he offered to help, he offered to study with me because my roommate and his roommate were actually dating, and we're like, hey, let's just go hang out at the library where they're busy. So that was nice, and he shared with me his music playlist, and I'm pretty sure that was a good moment for us because I still have a lot of those songs on my playlists. And he tried to teach me how to drive stick shift. I almost wrecked his car. That does tend to endear one.
Well, he taught you how to drive stick, and then he showed him how you drove his stick.
We at Bible college.
The joke had to be made.
Wow.
Oh no, but that's what she's saying is that's the thing I was gonna bring up too. Having a girl be your first, not just for like sex, a first in anything. So maybe if she says, hey, I've never been out to this like restaurant. Well, if you're her first one to take her out to that restaurant, that's going to create a special memory for her. I mean, it's, you have to listen to women. I don't want to because they make my ears bleed, but
So what you're saying is I should be the first one they choke on.
That could be interpreted badly. Jonathan Major's lawyer.
I will also say, if you have sex with girls and you are bad, they will tell their friends that you have a small dick and you will not be dating their friends. But
oh my God,
you should not be dating your friends' exes anyway. They're exes for a reason.
Everything it's open season these years.
Yeah.
Wow, you're down bad.
So CJ, can you confirm or deny that women tell other women everything, every detail?
Oh yeah, we tell each other everything. Except for the stuff we don't really want to tell the truth about.
That freckle on little Jimmy that you're subconscious about. Yeah, all her friend group knows about it now.
Oh, well, I don't think I've ever gossiped that intimately for what it's worth. But, sometimes a lot, here's the thing too, is you are more than the person that you are dating, and you are more than the person that you end up marrying. And, I think that speaks to a lot of relationships is you can't be Sex in the City brunch all the time type of people.
Well, hold on.
The one advice I would give to single people, and this a bit more so goes to the males, but this also goes to the women as well.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot expect someone to love you if you do not first love yourself. Okay, do not get into a relationship expecting the other person to change you, save you, or
Fix
whatever.
You.
Fix
you.
Damn, okay?
I'm fucked then.
Fix yourself first. Okay, you need to love yourself and be insecure in yourself. Because here's the thing, when you are secure in yourself, and the confidence will show, and everyone loves confidence, especially a woman. Like I was talking about, that fat ugly guy with a woman. That fat guy's probably confident as hell, And that's the thing, love yourself, and then others can love you. It love comes from within outwards. And the thing is, a relationship is a complement to your life, not a completion of it. Your life is already whole. A woman makes it better, but does not make it complete.
It's a type of completion in some way,
Okay.
I'll say that because
okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people just keep dating because they have nothing else to do. They don't want to.
People do crave interaction. People crave, talking to humans. Do you want me to talk to robots all day, like my wife, like AI?
Damn, that's right.
Oh,
I'm going to tell you straight out. The reason I'm me and my girlfriend, I'm not going to be too the thing that really makes me really into her is we have great conversations. We're just constantly chatting on WhatsApp. Where
you have great conversation with a woman.
Yeah.
A real woman, not a body pillow.
Or what? Are you sure she's not AI? I've heard that's a rising scam.
Well, unless she's actually a robot, because I've actually gone and met her.
Okay.
And
just checking. I've seen all the news about AI robots, girlfriends taking over.
Yes, I like. It's not a replica. I swear. But like, no. We share memes. We tease each other. It's just really great conversation. And what I like is she's kind of my intellectual equal. Like I really value like an intelligence and someone like she's witty. Like we like I send her a witty remark.
Only a stupid man.
He sends it back.
Women.
It's like I don't know. I just like I do love an attractive woman, but like a smart woman is attractive as hell to me. I'm sorry.
I only really date women
that mystery about us that draws you to us. It's just more complex.
Overrated. Women who are smart are overrated. I want them dumb as rocks.
Okay, I wouldn't want to go that far.
But... I can respect a woman who beats me at chess. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it.
I mean,
also for like, if I don't know if I can really give advice to women, a girl, because I'm not really a girl, but I will say this: a girl being girly is attracted to dudes, not trying to be like a dude. If you act like a guy, that is an instant turn off. I don't care what you've been told recently within the last 6 years. Okay, guys like girly women. Sorry, this is what's attractive to a lot of dudes.
I mean, I will say there is room. Like, let's say, like a woman construction worker who's still very feminine, who does, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
like a woman can still do manly stuff. But and guys can be into it. Like, I think there's plenty of guys where it's like, wait. You want to come hunting with me? By all means,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like I think the entire culture around the whole like gender identity versus sex person presenting stuff has really muddied the waters on a lot of stuff, and it's not for the better. I mean, people were confused enough before.
Not sure if you're a boy or a girl.
Well, it's just like it's one of those things where it's okay to be feminine and like really doll yourself up as a girl, and you don't have to be. I mean, I was called as kind of like more of an athlete type of, but I was also the smart one. I got my 4-year degree in 3 years. I'm smart, I
mean, here's the thing. Guys can fall in love with a woman who is wearing a Carhartt at 2:00 and then Versace at 8:00.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Guys have no problem with that kind of woman.
Right. Yeah. I think I do think a lot of women want to like play up what they think men want, and it's different from what men need,
And I think, and we get that on the male side too as well. I do think and I think this is kind of like the problem with like a lot of like, the male feminist kind of angle thing is a lot of men just act like the way they think women want. And I will say men do get a lot of bad advice from women. I will say, because
like one of your
because like a lot of the Gen X mothers failed men. Like, I'm just gonna say that. Like the reason why there's a lot of weak men is because their mothers taught them to be that way.
Yep.
Yeah, no, like I did mistake as a guy you can do just let your mom or another woman give you advice on how to talk to a woman, because of course they're gonna lie to you, because no woman want to have it in their mouth when they say, yeah, no, woman likes to be like this, do this to them. No, they want to act like, oh yeah, see, I'll tell them why. I tell them how to respect women, but really you just set them up to be more of a tool or something else.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Which is, I would never say not get advice from a girl, but a girl is always going to give you, what's the best word to put it? Counterintuitive advice.
There needs to be a balance. That's my thing.
That's probably the best way of putting it. Like, I'm not saying they would straight up lie to you, but I would say that like it's not in your best interest to seek relationship advice from your female friend who's been like through 9 dudes in like the last month. Okay, that was the problem.
There is a point of authority on that.
I think a big problem is boys are raised without a male authority figure, and that should be the dad. But if it isn't, because I think that a lot of women men are different from boys, are different from girls, where boys need a positive male role model, and if it isn't the dad, it could be a brother, it could be your brother, an uncle, a friend, grandpa, whoever. You
No,
know?
my number one criteria on my list, my magic list of things I wanted from my husband. I actually have the original list still somewhere.
I remember that when women wrote lists. Oh my god.
Yep. Well, no, it's funny because the thing I remember most about the list was he had to have an accent, and I married a Southerner.
Well, that is an accent.
Well, I was thinking like British or Irish or Japanese or something like that. You should have specified it. So now I got a Southerner. So he's one of the things that I joke about with him is that he still says y'all and dadgum, and I'm like, no, it's you guys.
Dagnabbit.
And we don't say dadgum. But no, the thing I wanted most was I needed him to be a good father. So
yeah, that's important.
That is important.
Unlike black single mothers.
Well, I mean, like there are like cultural influences, but if you want, and like I kind of laugh at people because like they want all the drama and the excitement and the stars in their eyes and stuff, but it's like no, you need stability. You don't need that as much as you need stability. So
I mean, there's a time and place for excitement, but stability is like excitement can be fine in the beginning of the relationship, and then when you're in a stable relationship, you can have excitement every now and then. You know, that's what date nights are for.
Right. But I mean, like, you need somebody that's like, hey, I can take care of this, or you don't have to worry about it, and that you can actually believe them when they say that. So
yeah, when your husband's like, when you're like, hey, can you change a light bulb? I'll be like, I can do it, and then you get electrocuted. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, like,
no, that's what I call
like too many people. They value the spice too much. But it's like, bro, spice. You can add that in. What you need is a good foundation.
But don't you know he who controls the spice controls the universe?
and
okay, just because the British did it for like the last 200 years doesn't mean it's the most valid strategy.
I will also point out that if you're bad in bed with a girl you might potentially sleep with, just think of it like driving a car. You can be bad at the first time, but you're gonna start doing it better the next time.
Well, and then that's part of the niceness about coming. As your first time.
That's about coming.
That's
I knew that I wouldn't get past him.
I'm just getting into that. But anyway.
I'm only lasting like 2.5 seconds.
I will say, like, if you want to practically like enchant women, okay, the best thing you can do is learn how to like fix your car and fix other cars and do handyman stuff. Because that stuff is really expensive.
Yeah.
So, no, I will say my husband's in the healthcare industry, and I've saved a lot of money over the years by not going to the ER.
So he can change your guys' oil in your truck?
He's actually done that too. So that's I got like a twofer.
I was being like a stereotype. He's a redneck who's in the healthcare industry, and he drives a truck. He drove a truck when we first met. We swapped it out for the minivan when we had kids. Okay. Is it a Honda minivan?
Not by choice.
Yes, it was a Honda minivan.
Oh my god!
It's all coming together now. Man, how dare you? You neutered him.
Get it, man. Give him a truck. What? You need to get like a new couch or something.
You can make a man give up his dreams, but you can't make a man give up his truck.
She made him give up his truck. How dare you? Oh my god.
Well, for what it's worth, like I carried 2 children.
Oh,
yeah.
I guess that's a nice trade-off.
But it's his truck.
Okay. There's always reciprocation. Okay.
You got it. Like you have to let a man keep something. And
yeah, well, I mean, like
the
that's part of the reason that I don't go to the movies at midnight with my children is like I got to make sure that they don't pick up terrible bad habits from stuff. Like I did take them to see Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Okay, but there was that one scene where Perito is like going on and they like bleep out the swear words, and I'm just like, oh my gosh.
That's not that bad.
That's not that bad, but they've seen the SpongeBob episode where they're doing the dolphin sounds now, and I'm like, yeah, that's about the same level. So it's fine. Still, I didn't want them to get used to the things that come out in the subtext more.
Also, I want a preference. The things that I'm saying are just like I like to go out with a girl like one time. I'm not talking about relationships because you don't want to wife girls now. They're pretty like on the low bar here. But
well, like that it's funny you mentioned that because that 15-year study on marriage and relationships proves that if you're married, you're more likely to be happy and you're more likely to live longer.
Well, that's the thing, but I'm pretty sure there was a study a long time ago. It was like the 50% divorce one I read a little bit. A lot of people that got divorced were like married young because like when they got older, they just wanted different things, and it wasn't like someone cheated or anything. It's just just split apart.
If you break that study down though by different things, you will find that if you share the same thoughts on like your idea of faith and religion, so if you're of the same faith, no matter what it is, if you agree about children and you can agree about money and put in like healthy relationship boundaries, your marriage is statistically likely like in the 90s.
I was going to bring up the ones that got married that did stay together forever were the ones that also had a religious background too. Religious backgrounds usually have.
It's like what Jeff Fox, like they're kind of reminds me of a Jeff Foxworthy quote. Get married for the sex is like buying a jumbo jet for free peanuts. It just ain't gonna work.
I'm just saying, if and that's the thing about getting married is if your husband has, I'm not saying yours, but if any girl out there, if you get married and he can't change your life, you probably chose wrong. Just saying. Iron, you can oil your car.
Yeah,
my husband's
in older cars, this car, fuck no.
God,
new.
Well, I mean, like the thing about women and relationships and men, and like when they start the relationship, is you start to have bigger dreams. Okay, so it's not just about a car; it's about the family in the car.
Boo!
Yep, see,
you gross. I've got kids with women. You know what's crazy? That's like girls will say the dumbest things, and my brain just is like, they passed you out of school. People will legit say, hey, I have kids with this person. And you ask them, are you guys going to get married? Because that's like a natural responsible give when you have kids with someone, because that's pretty freaking serious. They're like, oh, yeah, but I don't want to get into anything serious. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, okay, our conversation's over.
Yeah.
That's not anything serious.
Here's the weirdest thing. Like, I've legit heard girls say, oh, I'll have sex with the guy, but I won't let him kiss me. That's too intense.
What a slut.
It's over for them. It's over for them.
Yeah. Well, there's some lopsided values there. I'm sorry.
Or the girls that'll be like, oh yeah, you can just put it in my butt because I won't get pregnant. But the other place, no. It's like,
yes, I will treat him sexual butt, but not actual like a suitor.
I mean, we could be Mormons. MSK, have you ever heard of the thing called soaking?
No, please no.
See, I don't
it's a thing. It's a thing in the Mormon community because in Mormon community, intimacy is viewed as like in and out.
Oh,
so what they do is the guy just puts it in there and just lets it soak.
I'm gonna pretend I never heard that in my life because that's just fucking holy shit.
I guess you could say that he malnates it.
Wow. There are, what's my biggest pet peeve with women sometimes? When you meet a girl, or if you maybe I had this back in the day. You know how a girl would be like, you leave them, like the relationship's over, and the girl would be like, you'll never meet a girl like me. It's like, what do you mean, what do I meet a girl like you?
That's the point.
Yeah, it's like, what can you do that I can't do for myself?
Or like when you break up with her and she says that, it's like, that's the idea.
Yeah, like girls will always say that, they'll be like, you'll never meet a woman exactly like me. I hope I don't. Like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? What does that mean? I'll never meet someone like you again. What's that even mean?
And let's just get down to the point that there were like 400 other women in the world. You saying that
just
not
like
one of them are similar to you? Not one is similar to you.
When you have a job, like you have a job, you live with your parents. What can you do for me that I can't do for myself? Like,
and then you say, no, I'm gonna meet someone better.
I'm gonna go home.
I mean, that's probably
on the internet.
I mean, if you want to be really mean, you just say, "Oh, well, I'll go find one without
money to a woman who cares about me."
So,
what happened? Did you say yes?
Oh, I said if you wanted to be really mean, you say, "Well, I'll have to go find one without daddy issues then." So.
Oh God! That's how you get slapped. That's how you get punched in the fucking throat. That's.
To be fair, that's my criteria.
I said, if you want to be mean, that's what you say.
That's how you get in the nuts, and that's how you go to the hospital. Just saying. What'd you say, Hero?
That's what you say at a good distance.
That's how you go to the phone. If you go to the phone, she can kick you in the nuts after that.
Yeah, well, I'll say this is like the handyman stuff is a big bonus, and knowing how to like change the light bulb, yes, good. But find somebody that shares your values and you can agree about on the stuff. I also highly recommend counseling before you get married.
Agree with a woman?
Well, no, like a marriage counselor.
No, but like we would have to like agree, like me agreeing with a woman. That sounds kind of 1930s, you know?
Well, I mean, if she's a smart woman, she'll agree with you, right?
I remember when Brett Cooper.
Well, if she's a smart woman, she wouldn't agree with anything MSK says. So
that's true. If she did agree, then I might.
I was trying to box him into a corner there.
I remember
you were trying to compliment him, which I respect, but you're wrong.
I remember Brett Cooper announced she was getting married, and Jeremy, the other Jeremy, who runs the Daily Wire, he was like, "How very 1930s of you." What?
I mean, of all people, I think the Daily Wire would be happy for her.
Like, yeah, he was joking, but it's like I don't know. Is marriage an outdated thing by people's standards now? I don't know.
No.
It's
no. In fact, if anything, I think it's making a bit of a comeback.
Marriage is making a comeback like superhero movies. Okay,
maybe what the world needs.
No, you're seeing more of a. There was a generation kind of in between where I'm probably about where you are, MSK, or maybe even a little older, that really avoided getting married, families,
actively
all that.
Dislike the idea of it.
Yeah, very, very much against it. Now you're seeing a younger generation starting to really embrace that. And
you don't think that is? I think the conversation around marriage has really improved.
Well, what you have is the generations are kind of rebel. Like Gen X, they tried to live up to the ideals the boomers set out for them, and they kind of failed.
Now so this generation is rebelling against all of this bullshit.
Yeah,
so now the new counterculture is family values, and
I'm setting up the chain of events here. So the millennials, they grew up with like the Gen X parents and like having the bad homes or like the marriages it didn't work. So like, oh, I saw my parents, I'm not going to get married, you know. So a lot of the millennials didn't get married, or they added stuff, and so the Gen Z, they grew up with their parents, like single parents or like baby daddies, and they're like all miserable, and they see that and they're like, I don't want that. I want to do better. And so they choose to have a marriage, they choose to be healthy. You know, it's like children are very smart. They see what they're like, what is wrong with their parents, and they actively choose not to do that.
Yeah.
Well, because when a marriage is good, when a parents are good, the children want to replicate that. When it's bad, they'll do everything in their power to not be that.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think it's the question of children that really makes a big difference too, is because you can't be a child and raise a child at the same time. Not without CPS getting involved.
Well, we're not going down that road. That is people. Oh Lord, what kind of moms do you know? What the fuck?
Well, I mean, like, I was a high school teacher when I first graduated college. I got a job teaching, and I had a couple of students that got pregnant, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, I hope you have a big family, so that can help you balance everything.
I agree with you, but like the part where I kind of divulge is you should be an adult, but I kind of feel like there's kind of like a backlash against stuff like video games and like liking comic books, a lot of that stuff as an adult. I feel like you can be an adult, but still be into that stuff. You know, like let's say you're into video games. You and your kid play video games. Let's say you like action figures, Legos. You pass that down to your kid. Like you can be a fully functioning adult and still be into this stuff. It's just I see people like, you're 30 years old, like 36 years old, and you're still playing video games. You're 30 years old and you still collect Legos. What the heck are you doing?
You know what I tell those people? Those are the same motherfuckers that'll be like, oh no, because I'll ask them, what do you do? They're like, I like to fish. And I'm like, I'm not taking you seriously. There's you like the bruh.
Yeah. People that
Fantasy
again, it's
football
shitting on different
is-
hobbies, and a lot of people like both. Like this shit, also like guns,
Football?
cars,
Look at
sports.
this.
Here's the thing.
Exactly.
Fantasy
wall.
football is jock D&D. Fantasy
Now-
sports is jock D&D. It is literally.
It's
fantasy sports is jock D&D.
Oh, that's all it is. That's exactly. That's 100% all it is. But that mindset of like, okay, you're an adult, you have to give up things, you know, that you like
When I
and
became
enjoy.
an
This is
adult,
why
I put
we
away
handed
childish
culture over to the idiots that have taken it over.
I will
They
say,
complain about culture being nothing but this bullshit. That's why you abandoned it and you actively shit on it for decades.
Mm-hmm.
So it's your fault.
I think there's a distinction that should be made with that is like it should be put in its proper place. Okay, like before I had kids, I loved my pets. My pets were my children, and now I look at them, I'm like, yes, you're my cat. So,
and I will say there is a difference between a person who has 1,000 video games, can barely hold a job, and all that stuff, versus a person who has a steady job, has like a game room with like $50,000 worth of games, but still has a really great job, and like they just curate that room as their collection. The latter person, that's perfectly fine. That's marriage material. The former, not so much.
Well, and like I said,
it could be the same about anything.
Are you going to choose this over me? And if you cannot make the sacrifice required of a relationship, you know, it's either not the right relationship for you or you're not ready for a relationship.
See, but I think we need to kind of make a little clarification here. Not choose it over you, because a lot of times when a woman says
I'm not a big fan of that ultimatum myself.
Yeah, like it's a classic PS5 or me. Okay, a real relationship would be like, yes, I can still play the PS5, but I'm going to turn it off and then pay attention to you. And then when I have time, when I have my me time, then I'll play the PS5. But there's also us time. See, a real relationship, you make balance. Sometimes you play PS5, but then you turn it off. You spend time with your girlfriend, wife, kids, and then you get back to when it's your time. It's a balance.
Yes, well, I find that's very indicative of how people will take their work-life balance too. Like like just I know people who have really high stress jobs and they get the phone emails and everything they have to juggle, and it's like I want as a wife to know that when we're at the dinner table, you will not play with this.
Yeah. That was one of my biggest problems too. Was that you go on a date with someone, just a date, marriage, that's overrated. Who's doing that these days? You know, I heard that's 1930s shit. When you talk to a girl and instead of listening to you, they're just on their phone because you can obviously tell you are not interesting to them.
Phone stays in the pocket.
I'm not saying you can't answer a text. I'm not like that. But if like you're having a direct conversation with someone, like you're looking them in the eyes and they're like this, bruh, come on, man. Like that is so fucking disrespectful.
Like I'll maybe have it on vibrate, and if there's like a lull moment, I'll like click it on real quick, be like, okay, is it anything important? No, nothing important. Goes back in, you know, kind of thing.
Yes, that's a good rule to have. I mean, but like even like 10 years ago, people went on dates and like if like nothing happened that would ruin your life if you missed it. So, you know, I mean, like probably 15 years ago or maybe 18 at this point, because I was talking about how we've been together for 17 years. But I mean, like we never had to worry about phone stuff when we were dating. So,
yeah.
So find a way to leave the phones at home. Maybe that would be better.
I would say, like for like 80% of people, there is nothing that can buzz on your phone that can't wait an extra 20 minutes. You know, like I'm like 90% for like 80% of people, 90% of the stuff that buzzes in can probably wait 20 minutes to a half hour or even an hour before you respond. You know, I think most people, like, I feel like most people are kind of used to like you send a text and then like even if it's important, it's like, okay, maybe I'll look it back in like half hour or something, you know.
Right. Yeah, I'll say that's something that I see a lot when I see people that are like dating and stuff. So, but I mean, like also too, like you can negotiate things like who's going to pay for what and stuff. So
see, as a guy, and trust me, I've gotten a lot of flack for this. I've often done, like had a rule where like I don't I always go Dutch on first dates where like each person pays for their own meal.
Yeah.
And I've gotten a lot of flack for that from both men and women. But the thing is, there are so many women out there who just surf on first date to pay for meals that I refuse to be that person. And like you can kind of tell the the women who are kind of about that, where it's like when you say that to them and they're like, oh, how dare you, that's disrespectful or real, like they bust out all the platitudes, and I'm like, thank you for outing yourself.
Oh, so we were talking earlier about marriage values kind of coming back. There's been somewhat of that coming back, girls being like, hey, I'm trying to be a traditional housewife and all that shit, because it got so bad to the point where like these retarded women, I mean, these legit idiots, they thought being a housewife or being a wife in general was meant you be a slave. And I was like, we have reached literal rock bottom at that point.
At that
point, I was like, at that point, I'm just like, hey, can any actual wife be like, hey, this is not what it is, please?
See, the thing is that women, when they see traditional housewives, think, oh, the man comes to work and then he comes home and just lays out. Like, no, a guy still does housework. Like a guy will still like take care of the lawn and do stuff, or it's however you divide the labor. I think my sister, the way her marriage works is her husband does the cooking, she does the cleaning. Like, I'm sorry, that's a pretty fair division of labor if I tell you what.
Yeah. Like I used to pay for a lot of our dates because I had a job pretty quick because I'd moved from out of state. So I got a job pretty quick when I moved down to Georgia here. And my husband at the time, he had the car. So he would take me and I would pay and we would have a good time.
Yeah.
And we would sit there.
I didn't know. What's crazy? As I got older, because I always thought it was the man that was supposed to pay for the date, because I always lived by, hey, if I invited you out, it's on me. Now if we were just saying now if we say we're hanging out, it's different, because to me, just do whatever. I never thought in a million years the biggest thing that people would argue over dates is who would pay for the date. And guys were like, no, guy, you pay for it. You're the one who's asking the girl out, you pay for it. It's that simple.
Well, the resistance from the guys is guys get taken advantage of a lot for free meals, and guys, myself included, and a lot of other guys just get freaking sick and tired of it. We want to treat a girl right. We want to like pamper the girl. We'd love like if we could, we would shower a girl with diamonds. We just like set up a shower, crank it, and like $10 million as a diamond would just come. That would kind of hurt, but like you get the idea. Men want to pamper their women. They want to do all that kind of stuff, but they've been taken advantage of. Like men treat women, a lot of women, a lot of crappy women, but when you get, and I'm kind of experiencing this like right now in real time, like when you meet a good woman who treats you right, where they respect you and do all that stuff, you want to just pour out all your money to them because you want to show them your appreciation. And I don't feel like I'm getting taken. And that's how I feel right now. Like this is my first Valentine's Day with a girlfriend, and like I'm kind of doing what I can to show her I appreciate her. And
I'm not sexist. Being sexist is wrong, and being wrong is for women.
Write some poetry.
MSK found the clips.
I was saying that guy, whoever the fuck that was
I mean, I am a writer. I could probably write a really good poem, but still.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think I'm being cagey because, like, I don't know if she's actually watching this right now, so I'm just being cagey.
I'm just saying, if any hot ladies know C.S. Johnson, like MILFs that are single, I'm rich and good looking, and I can take you out for a ride. Just saying.
Oh well.
He'd take you a ride on his 1987 Huffy mountain bike.
Hey! Don't. I have a Peter Parker moped, so she can definitely hold my sides as I drive her to Walmart.
What did you pay for? How much did you pay for that? Like $5 in a pack.
Brunch is like $1,000. Hell nah. I actually can't get one. I actually want one, but it's not like I couldn't afford it. The problem here is Iron's been in my area. There's not really a place to park it and a place where it won't get stolen.
Wait,
or I take it upstairs. Well, I could take it upstairs, but like, how to haul that thing upstairs?
Well, what you could do, there's another option. You can actually like get this thing that attaches to a bike that makes it motorized, and then it's just your bike. So then you can carry that upstairs. Like they actually make attachments to bikes that make them like kind of motorized a little bit. Like you could do that instead of it. I'm just
or
what you could do is you could electrify, because like I'm like you like kind of like take your bike and turn it into like an electric motorcycle, or kind of build an electric motorcycle and maybe one that's light enough to carry upstairs. I'm just saying.
Is LoJack available in your area?
No. I mean, as he's been here, it's an area where the only way to have that, I have to literally haul it upstairs, keep it in my house, and it's like, bruh, what if I'm waking up in the morning and I just like trip and that thing falls on me and I'm just dead? Yeah.
Well, there are worse ways to die. So.
Yeah. Yes, they're true. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Oh. You know, but I will say this, C.S. Johnson, it's nice to have her back for a little bit. You know, she's not been dead, people. She's been alive, just somewhat nice.
Yes. Well, so I will say, like,
I bought her comic and she shipped that shit in construction paper. I'm bored.
Hey, MSK, do you ever get my comic?
Probably in my ass.
Well,
I'm not gonna follow it up with anything.
Also, I'm just saying,
it's not a good thing if it's already up there.
She's a white married woman in a good area, good living with a nice husband, and she wrote about a black guy doing something. You can't make this stuff up. It's all come full circle.
MSK, I think you should maybe look into getting an e-bike. I just sent you an Amazon listing on
Oh, for sure, man. Thank you. Yeah.
I think an e-bike might be your best bet. And like this one on Amazon is like $260.
Give me one second here.
Because those are electric. Those are electric, and the thing is that you don't have to pedal, but they're light enough you carry them up to your apartment. I think that might be a good idea for you.
Just make sure it comes pre-assembled, okay?
You think I'm one of those guys?
Well, I'm just saying because
no, like I'm the guy that would pay. Yeah, what's up?
Like I'm not saying get this, but I think an e-bike might be what you're looking for.
Like an electric bike.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll literally be Tobey Maguire. I love it.
Rant.
And since we're talking about comics, makes you back relentlessly bully here on Kickstarter now.
Fuck no. I ain't for no blacks.
MSK.
Nick.
Links, clout. The fuck do I look like? Some clout machine?
Maybe.
Hey, thankfully I won't have to be chilling for the next couple of months, so I'm coasting.
Right?
Here.
Yeah. I mean, hey, or you guys can go on your own YouTube channels, title it, Trash Comics Gatecast, not original whatsoever, and do 8-hour streams trashing people. I hear that's pretty productive.
Hey, Hero. You need some promotion for your book?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
You want to come on the Friday Night Frenzy this Friday and chill about it? We're doing like should Batman kill? Just participate in the discussion. You're gonna be there too, MSK, if you want. And you can promote your Kickstarter there if you want.
Yeah, sure. I don't think I got anything Friday.
Well, I'll keep you in mind and hit you up maybe for Discord number 2. Just my comic.
It's Friday. I do it Fridays at 6 p.m. EST. So if you can be there, you're welcome to.
Also, I'm in the EST time, so that would work
for anyone who doesn't know her, I know people always like, well, I can't afford comic books, too much money. Her book is $10. If you can't afford $10, you not worry about buying books. Worry about
if you can't afford it, share it online. Talk to people about it. If you have a platform like YouTube, get people on it. Like,
honestly, I mean, like if you've been listening, I've given you plenty of years of advice and ways to like avoid your pain.
CJ, do you also have a book? CJ,
she has several books actually. Does that?
If you want to come on Friday Night Frenzy as well, you're welcome to.
I have to shill for a woman.
But and honestly, if you live in like California, New York, you can just rob a store for $10 and you'll be good.
Oh my, okay. So get a job, get a debit card, make sure your money goes to a bank account so you can swipe it. Just the long steps here, All right, give me a second. Let me bring this stuff up.
There are worse ways to die.
All right. Would you rather get anally destroyed by King Kong or tied up in a warehouse, and if you try to unstrap yourself, the shotgun will blow your brains out?
I'll take
Right,
a knife to throat.
I'm getting the shotgun.
I'm gonna slit my throat. I'm gonna slit my throat.
No, I got the thing. Ever seen Wrong Turn 5? That's where I got the shotgun thing. But yeah, I'll take the shotgun. Just end it.
You can survive a shot to the head as long as it's not like in a certain position.
Lady, you will be a pickle after that. I want to be dead.
I mean, women. I think women are more likely to survive because they're used to getting blowed in the face.
I hate all of you. I hate all of y'all. Stop it, bastards. All right, let me go to our website to show for a lady.
That was bad. I'm
Speaks
sorry.
to our resourcefulness for what it's worth.
Yes, you're used to getting shot in the face, so.
I hate you, and she's like, oh my god, this white guy was killing me tonight. Good lord, I can't hang it.
No, I've explained to multiple people that online culture is very distinctive.
Yeah, it's true. Give me a second. So yeah, I forgot the light novel.
It's always cringy when someone tries to take like online into real life. It's just
so bad. There's so many things that do not translate very well. If you try to do like random meme stuff, people are gonna be like, "Are you a fucking weirdo?"
I saw a commercial with the Bad Luck Brian cameo, and I was trying to explain to my kids the meme. I'm like, "Oh, that's from a meme," and yeah, they're like,
just show your kids Minions memes, and they'll be like, "Oh my god." Oh, also, your kids are gonna love this. Did you hear the news? Your kids are gonna love
this. Otis beard.
Because I know you like. I know your kids like Dogman. They're actually gonna finally, given how much money this fucking book makes, they're making a Dogman animated movie. It's coming out next year in January.
Oh, okay. Well,
your kids might be literally obsessed when they see it. Just forewarning.
That's the sound every parent currently is making.
Hi, Otis. You're and my team did not win the Super Bowl, so we're in the same boat.
I'll say this for Dogman.
The Saints did not come marching in.
That they use with like actual classic books, you know.
And so this is C.S. Johnson's book. Yes. She charged me $10. She'll probably charge you guys more because she likes me more. This is how it works around here, you know. But
the leader gets the discounts, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. You know, but yes, her book's right here, $15. She ships it to you, and give a synopsis of what your book is about, lady.
So after his father is killed by human traffickers, I have the superhero guy. His name is Steven. He discovers that he can hear the song inside each human soul, and he vows to use his powers to track down his father's killer and get revenge. But revenge is like a long ways away, and it takes him some time to train and refine his powers and learn how to use them and stuff. So, but he finally gets to, reunite with his father's killer in this book.
I want to point out this book. I don't know how long she's been working on this book, but this book came out. It's right here. Yeah. It came out. It did not come out in 3 years. Okay. It came out in less than, you said 6 months. Actually, it took you to get done. Actually.
Well, so writing the story was pretty quick. It was the artwork that I needed help with because I didn't actually I'm completely new to comics. I more or less wrote this on a dare. I wrote some stuff on. I write a lot of stuff on dares for some reason. Maybe it's just because I'm bored.
How dare you?
Well, I mean, like even my avatar tonight. This is Fat Girl, so she's my superhero.
Yeah. People, let's think. People might stop hitting on you if you show that picture to them. They're like, "Hey, I look like this." Actually,
I have to say, like, if I one of my like weirder ideas for like stories is like putting up like a Tinder profile, like a character would do it, and she'd be super fat in it, and she'd show up super skinny. I just want to know what the reaction would be. So, but.
Hey, real quick, I got to get back to my editing, but thanks for having me on MSK. And
anytime, man.
It was nice seeing you guys, Hero, and CJ, and then same to you, Iron.
I've seen you want to be on the before, so it's nice to put a face to the name.
Yes, and then if you guys want to come on my stream, promote your stuff, hit me up. You have a place. So
anytime, man.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Bye.
Thank you so much.
See you, man. Have a good night, bro.
Jeez, what a white jackass.
Yeah, now he's gone. I can start talking shit about him. Fuck that guy. I'm just kidding. All right.
It's okay. It's nice to have the camaraderie that reminds me of the pre-Obama years.
Obama, what a fantastic president he was.
So if you're the white guy, people would hate him as much as they hate Biden.
I'm just saying that it's true, but you know how it happens. Rules for thee, but not rules for me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, last night, did you guys not see the Biden tweet? I thought it was from a parody Biden account. No, I came from the actual.
That's what I thought at first too.
Bruh. Oh, I will say this: he didn't actually tweet that. He has no brain. His wife tweeted that, or his social media team.
I was gonna say his social media team did.
No way he fucking tweeted that shit out. Ain't no fucking way.
No, he does. I don't think he would even know how to tweet.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's a crazy tweet to tweet out like literally like a day after you're deemed too stupid to stand trial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I heard Kamala's ready to take on the big seat soon, so we might see some changes.
I hope so, because she'll be just as easy to beat as him. So.
Right.
I honestly
pending any bullshit and shenanigans, it'll be a landslide.
Well, it's been a while since we've had a descendant of slave owners as president, so.
Oh Lord!
Oh, she's East Indian. She's only half.
No, her Jamaican grandfather owned slaves.
Oh wait, yeah. Of slave owners. Okay, I didn't catch that part of the joke. I thought.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No, it makes more sense now.
He's one of the OG slave owners. That's actually.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, like her family, they were connected to like the sugar farms and shit, weren't they?
Well, like I just kind of want her to be president on some level to get it over with. It's like, see,
I think you just like watching the world burn, lady. I think that's just what you like.
Well, I'm like at this point, it's like I know where the world is going. So
yeah, I kind of like the world, lady. I kind of like waking up and taking a shower and eating cheese fries.
Yeah, I still want to have a life.
Yeah, I like living. Like, I want to die. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, you know what? I learned how to make cheese sticks this week from scratch. I'm gonna do it this week.
What was those things that kids used to like eating when they were younger? Like the string cheese? Did your kids like those?
Mm-hmm.
So I
still like string cheese.
I found out that the best way to make stuffed crust pizza at home is to get the crust and get the cheese sticks, and then put the cheese sticks. You roll them up in the crust and you bake it that way.
And then you spit
it. That's literally the way every single pizzeria does it. Like I've worked with from Pizza Hut to the like smaller mom and pops places. If they have a stuffed crust, it's just those stick like string cheese pieces rolled in the crust. That's it. Anybody can fucking do it.
Oh, well, my favorite pizza crust of all time was Pizza Hut's twisted crust pizza, because it was like extra crust and they would like twist it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those are pretty good.
Yeah.
I
remember that still.
Yeah, they ain't bad.
I'm kind of a pizza snob. Like I like the traditional like New York, like the thin pizza or a good like deep dish, either Chicago or Detroit style.
Oh, well.
Like once you go to eating like good pizza, it's really hard to go back to like Pizza Hut, Little Caesars. It's like you either want the good shit or you just want to make it at home.
I really like dessert pizza. Like they have like the cherry like turnover type of pizza. I like that, and the apple ones. Mm-hmm. So I saw a Boston cream pie one and I was like, I want that, but didn't get it at the time. So it's on my list, things to pay attention to. Any recommendations for Valentine's Day pizza?
Nope.
Valentine's Day. Take pink.
Papa John's does that goofy little heart pizza.
Oh God!
It doesn't look like once you get it does not look like a heart.
You could
do the pumpkin one too.
You could take pink medicine. Just take pink medicine. Dibble it on your pizza.
Yeah, you're talking about you putting Pepto-Bismol on a pizza and saying Happy Valentine's Day, honey. This is why you're alone.
Hey man, I'm just saying.
The way no man hurts the stomach, and here's some indigestion medicine for you.
Oh God!
Oh, did you see that breakup pizza thing?
Which one?
There's a breakup pizza that you can buy for your ex. You send it and said, "Hey, I just want to break up. Here's some pizza."
I will say, in the comic book industry, there has been a few like titles here and there that have kind of popped off for some people. Especially the G.I. Joe Transformer stuff from Skybound, which is aka Image Comics or whatever. That's what's been doing very well. Oh, like when stuff is good, the fans will resonate with it. Like Ultimate Spider-Man, people just wanted to see Peter Parker married with kids. Like, is that too hard to ask? You know, like.
Well, I mean, like it's too hard to ask for like
there.
The writers. I mean, like when I heard Indiana Jones was getting another movie, I'm like, oh great, because like everybody who's like 20 years older than me has such a great relationship with their father. You know, I knew they were going to make him in some kind of deadbeat. So.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
that's like no way don't let him have a good reputation.
Oh yeah, good lord, that's asking too much.
Well, so like one of my favorite movies is The Mummy from 1999.
Oh my lord!
Yeah, I know.
How old are you? Oh fuck!
I'm in my mid-30s, so. But I mean, like, you know, I'm a millennial. I remember 9/11. I remember airports before 9/11.
Do you remember? Do you remember when Pizza Hut was actually good and not garbage?
I still have some of my Pizza Hut Book It badges. So.
I'm just saying, Pizza Hut is trash. Always has been. Thank God people are finally no.
No, not always. Like I started working there when I was 15 years old, right before they went to shit. Yeah, so. when we had the red roofs, they were good. They used to actually mix dough and everything like that. We were still doing that when I first started, and then it gradually transitioned into the pre-made crusted discs. Yeah, where all you do is spray a pan, put the frozen thing on it, and put it in the proofer.
Yeah,
it's awful, and you could nobody liked the hand tossed. After that, they still mixed thin for a while, and right before I left, after high schools when they were starting to go, I think they switched over to frozen disc thin crust too.
Yeah, you can tell a lot of stuff is like automated these days. So. I've even I started learning more how to cook this year than ever for a couple of reasons.
You were a wife that didn't know how to cook? What the heck?
I know. My husband still married me.
God Lord. No, remember, I mean, you did say earlier, if someone can't do something, then you do it. You're like, okay, my husband will just cook.
Well, he's learned a lot of good cooking stuff from his family. I mean, simple stuff, but like, you know, I've had some really good stuff over the years from him and his family. So I'm not disappointed. Like I said, giving birth to 2 kids, really helps the clout in my family. So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Here, having kids and, having a healthy marriage it's a hard bargaining chip these days, actually.
Yeah. Well, now I'm homeschooling too. So that's the other reason why I've been so
wait, hold on. You don't want your kids going to public school and become like fucking communists?
That's what college is for. Yeah.
I can't tell you how many pictures you'll see of like girls before high school. You're like pretty normal. After high school, they have pink, blue hair, fucking butch lesbians, and they're talking about fucking feminism, some shit like that.
Well, let me put it like this: like feminism started as kind of like an honest cause, believe it or not. Like a lot of men wanted their women to have abortions after a certain point, so they didn't have to take care of extra kids. And this was before modern medicine, so it was very dangerous. I mean, it's still dangerous. 10% of women who go to abortions, they wind up in the ambulance at some point, or just barren. And the women were tired of that, that kind of poor treatment. They had limited opportunities for schooling and, jobs and. All the stuff that we take for granted, honestly. So it's nice to have a choice, but it is not nice to pretend to be equal. You're going for equality when what you really want is to be better treated. And I think that's where a lot of the mistakes started creeping in. So. The problem with that, though, is that it made money because it's very easy to rally people to a cause. It's like,
I hate. Have you seen what ended up happening with like Iron Age and like Comicsgate stuff? Actually,
yeah.
Oh, the drama. I ignore it.
I usually ignore all of it too. Like my thing today was like, I don't understand why it has to be an interchangeable thing. First of all, why can't things just be separate? Like, why does Iron Age have to be Comicsgate? Why does all of it, just, first of all, the reason why it's better if it's separate is because that means it could have people go into two different fractions. I'm not like Republican or Democrat, but like, what if
competition, healthy competition?
Yeah, like healthy competition's knowledge is always good, but it's like, what if I don't give a fuck what Confiscate is? No, I'm not saying I don't, but it's like, what if I just don't give a fuck or like those people? Though?
Well, this is kind of like my take on it. Okay, like what I like about Comicsgate is that it's mostly anti-woke stuff. Okay, woke stuff is like this, they're pushing the message over the arts. It's more propaganda than anything. They're trying to virtue signal more than they're trying to entertain. I'm happy to be against that stuff, you know. For the Iron Age stuff, it's more of a pro movement of we want good storytelling, you know, good art for comics. We want meritocracy among, you know, the industry, and that's kind of how I see it. It's the same coin, different face. I don't particularly care